Hi, everyone. This is Module 8, Lesson 1, and today we are going to be looking at text and graphic features. Today's reading focus is on interpreting information. So we are going to talk about how the visual, oral, and quantitative information helps us to understand a text. These are things like charts, graphs, diagrams, timelines, animations, and so on. Our learning target today is I can interpret visual, oral, or quantitative information to help me understand the text. Our essential question is what can we do to make more healthful food choices? Do you notice anything about those words above? That's right. Essential question looks different from the rest of the words. It's written using bold text. Bold text is an example of a text feature. Text features are all of the elements of a story or article that are not in the main body of the text. These are things like italic type, bold words, capital letters, and headings or subheadings. And then we have graphic features. Graphic features are pictures and other images in a text that help the reader and add to the meaning. These are things like diagrams, maps, charts, and illustrations. So text and graphic features help us to understand nonfiction texts. Today, we're going to work on identifying these features, so being able to see them and pick them out of a text. And then we're going to work on understanding the purpose of each feature. So let's start with understanding the purpose. When we talk about text features, the first thing that we're going to look at is the kind of type in a text. The kind of type means that if you look at how the text is actually written, sometimes it's written differently. And this is done to show emphasis or indicate a title. So anytime that you're reading a text and you see a word that looks different from the rest of the words, that's a clue to you that this is important and that you should pay attention to it. Sometimes these texts are in bold, like we saw with the essential question. Sometimes they're italic. That's when the letters are a little bit slanted. And then sometimes words are written in all capital letters so that they stand out to the reader. Another example of a text feature is the heading. The heading names the topic of each section of the text so that you know what you're going to be reading about. And that usually is followed by a subheading, which is a smaller heading that breaks down the text into smaller subtopics. Graphic features are anything that's visual in a text that helps you understand the meaning. So things like diagrams, graphs, maps, charts, or illustrations. Diagrams are pictures that have labels. So you'll see here's a picture of an eye and then it's labeled. The little words where it says pupil and iris, those are labels. Charts help to organize information. So this chart shows a picture and it's probably of a bunch of people that they asked, what's your favorite snack? Most of the people, or almost half, chose apples. And then a little bit more than a quarter chose pretzels. And then a small amount of people chose carrots. So I didn't have to read to know that in this example, most people prefer apples. So remember that informative texts are meant to give facts about a topic. Our topic that we are starting is healthful food choices. So what we're going to do is preview or pre-read the text and the graphic features to find out more about healthy eating. Let's see if we can find some examples of these elements in our new text. Here we have the first page in the new text, and I'm going to pre-read, which means I'm not going to start right away reading the main body of the text. I'm going to start and look at all of the other things that are on the page so that I can get meaning before I even start to read the main body. So right away, I see that there is a heading and it's in big bright letters and it says to your health with an exclamation point. So I know I'm going to be reading about something that helps me be healthy. This heading tells us what the text is going to be about. Then I have a subheading. It says healthy you, healthy planet. That explains that this section is going to be about, I'm going to say it's probably going to be about something that makes me healthy, but also helps the planet to be healthy. So remember, the subheading explains what each little paragraph under the main heading is going to be about. I'm still scanning this page, and now I see some words that are bolded. The bold print tells us when words are important. Remember, we said that in the last slide. It also gives us a clue that these are vocabulary words, and if you look really closely, they're underlined. Once you go back and read the text, you'll see that these words are defined in the sentences before and after them. So we should pay attention to their meaning because they're in bold, so that probably means that they're important. Down here, I have 3 diagrams. And remember, we said that diagrams are meant to give information in a visual way. So there's a diagram of the My Plate, and then there are some, looks like fruits and vegetables, and then there is another diagram of what looks like olive oils. Underneath the diagram, I have captions. Captions are meant to explain what each diagram is about. So now that I've pre-read, I can go back and actually read all of my text to get the full information from the page. Today, you're going to use these text and graphic features to help you as you read. So I want you to look for evidence that helps to answer our essential question, what can we do to make more healthful food choices? Here's some additional resources for you. This is a list of all of the different nonfiction text features. It has the text feature, the definition, and the example. So there is this page, and this page. That is all for our text features. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.